Hello and welcome to the video. 6 races tonight, a bit of a mix between road and cross country. All tracks as always designed by Headzblitzed. And we'll start with Mighty Muddy Metro. Everyone to use the MG Metro 6R4, which is a new car for me tonight, so we'll see how it plays out. Good attendance, 10 people on tonight. And off we start. I get myself a nice little start, pushing myself up into third. Mitch just behind me there as we fly into the bumpy, swoopy section. People all over the place. I've got myself a little bit away, see if I can get myself away from the pack. Mitch is just pulling in front of Antonius and behind Minion. First lap is always everyone getting used to where we're going to go. As we come down a bumpy section towards a nice left-hand hairpin, Minion nearly throws me off the track. Him and Mitch go wide, lets me through. Minion slips back into 7th. But the race is now on over the big jump. I get caught between going through the tube or going around it, and in the end smack straight into it, letting a bunch of people past. Minion gets up into 3rd, just behind Mitch, as they both go sideways over the bumpy bit. Gets a bit of help from Headzblitzed, as Antonius tries to get himself away into a big sweeping right-hander. Up a little bit of hill, looks like Crash was going sideways there. Yeah, you see. Tries to block me, gives me a quick tap, tries to throw me off a checkpoint. It's the way he drives. As we all go a little wide there, I think 3 people missed the checkpoint, leaving Mitch, Minion and myself to get away. As we go over a bump past the start-finish line, Minion goes very wide, gives me his position. Into another section with a couple of jumps. Mitch has gone too far right. I've gone a little bit wiggly, but I've managed to stay on track. Let's see how Minion does. He's gone very wide and has missed that checkpoint. That's going to give him a bit of a battle to come back into it. As Mitch is in 3rd place, just behind Pine. Has Timor just given him a bit of a knock. Just in behind Pine. Timor gets away in 2nd place. Over the big jump into the puddle. Really does slow your car down that bit. If you get any sort of angle on it as well, you're going to spin. And as we come in to close the first lap, well, Timor's gone for a tumble. Nasty little bit on the end of that lap there. Minion takes a completely different approach. Don't think he'll do that again. He's gained a couple of positions as people have rolled the cars. And that's lap 1 complete. Minion in 7th. As he comes into the bumpy section and the S-bend. Manages to keep it on the track and is in 6th place behind Antonius. See if he can gain some ground as we go through the... Oh, Antonius has flipped it and gives him a free position. Then we come into the big left-hand hairpin. Looks like everyone's got that right. He's managed to gain a bit of time on Pine. He's in 4th. As the race settles itself out. Up over the big jump. Nobody hits the pipes this time. It's always that first lap and everyone's getting used to it, and then you sort of settle in and you sort of learn where the nasty bits are. Come over the bumps to the sweeping right-hander and up the hill. Oh, Pine's gone a little. No, he's blocked that off for Minion, but Minion still managed to slip through. Me in 1st place. I've done what Minion did first lap and pushed that far too wide. Is that going to give them all an opportunity to catch up? I would imagine so. As we see Minion take that corner a little bit safer. Mitch does the same thing, pushes wide. You can see myself there. That's me back into 3rd. This is all change in the leaderboard. First we've got Timor, 2nd Minion, 3rd myself. As we see Timor get that one wrong, and he's going to lose a place or 2. And Mitch is getting himself back on track. He's lost a massive amount of time. That's him back into 7th, Headzblitzed just behind him. Always a conundrum with the rewind, whether you do it yourself, whether you wait for the system to do it. It can cost you so much. as we go up the hill to the big left-hander and to the jump into the puddle. Over the jump. Need to see Minion's got first place, I'm in second, I'm on third. Still pretty close though, we're even halfway through the race. Many opportunities for us all to mess this up. You see someone's rolled it there, that was Kaiser. I'm chasing down Minion into the bumpy S-bend, managed to gain some time there. Can I get on the inside line here? Nope. I have to push it into the bumpy section. Mitch following in with Pine on the same section. Doesn't quite have the speed coming out the corner to make any ground on Pine on that one there. Looks like he might catch him on the bumps as we come down to the hairpin. He's making some moves there. Very close race. Probably gets a nasty little touch there. Pine goes far too wide on that corner, letting Mitch go through. I've caught up with Minion, so we go into the bumpy section up to the sweeping right. It's a bit bouncy. Come off at the wrong angle there and you're all over the place. It's like I'm going to get the inside line. Brushed him aside, I'm going to keep the inside line there so he doesn't sneak his way back through as we come up the hill. Corner we hate, he makes a move on the inside on that corner. We're both going to slow down, I think we both remember this one. Yup. Just about hang on. And as we come into the double jump, let's see if anyone goes sideways. No, we've both got a good line on that one there. I might just have a slightly quicker line as I fly through. Coming up the bumps to the left-hander. Minion's gone quite wide, but he's kept himself in the race. Less than a second between us as we come over the big jump into the puddle. He's gained on me there, and we're side by side as I drag down to the jump before the finish line. It always feels like I'm going to roll it on that bit. And we both get through unscathed. See how Mitch is faring back and forth in his chase for time more. Me and Minion is turn one, both going sideways. It's all his fault there, I think. Into the bumpy S. Minion's gone wide, took a bad bounce there, so let me straight through. It's going to give me a bit of a chance to get going. Don't really take full advantage of it. And he's straight back on my tail. Over the bumps, Minion's much better line there for me. Gives me a kiss, pushes me a little bit. I managed to keep it inside the checkpoints. Try and take it nice and tight. Don't really get it as tight as I want it. Back to Mitch in fourth as he's still chasing time. Always lost a little bit of time. So time was gone very slow there. Just a slight opportunity. I don't think he gained too much. Minion up over the bumps, chasing myself. There's someone flying across. I've gone very slow there and very, very wide, so that's let Minion straight back in. Up around. Down to the bit that catches people out. Let's see if I remember it. Looks like I'm taking a nice tight line. I clip the wall and Minion copies. I was throwing him a little wide, but he's managed to keep it on. He's going to be alright. So we chase into the double jumps. Oh, he's gone a little bit sideways there. That's going to cost him. Yes. It's going to cost him. That's hurting bad. Let's watch Minion and Time War do the same bit. Only me to make the ground up on Minion. Which gets a nice line. Doesn't really get the landing he wants there. And Time War keeps that distance. It's always nice doing the same cars overnight on a race. Get to see. Oh, Mitch spun it on the landing. That's me crossing across into the last lap. Got myself a nice big lead over Minion. Just going to take it easy now, don't push it too hard. Don't try anything silly. And Minion through the S-bends, he's going very, very quick. He wants that first place. I think I'm going to have enough space there. Mitch chasing Timor, he's going quick as well. He's gained a little bit there. Is he going to be able to have the grip and acceleration to catch him on the bumpy section as we go into that hairpin. It's gone a little bit wiggly, but he's managed to keep it going forwards. Hard braking into that left-hander, they both tuck it in nice and tight. Time keeps the door closed. We're just going to have to find another point. Looks like he's going to get up beside him. No, he's going to sit just behind him, going over the big jump. Big left-hander in the bumps, see if it's the bumpiness catches anybody out. Mitch goes very high, very quick. Looks like he's just about got him, he's gone sideways in that jump, that's not going to help. Time slips back through into third place, and Mitch is going to have to find another place to take. Mitch slips through on the inside line. As we drop down into that nasty left, see if anyone goes in a bit quick. And it looks like he didn't know he's going to be alright, he's kept that on, and Timor didn't, so Timor's lost some time there. Back up into first, I've got myself a nice comfortable lead, just got to get over the jump, into the puddle, down through here, the last little jump, not caught me out this race yet, but does now, get a nice little flip, managed to keep my car pointing forward. Doesn't give anyone a chance to catch, that's myself in first, Minion across in second. Let's see how Mitch takes this last bit in third. He gets a very similar crash to myself, and again, pointing forward, gets away into third place. Good little race, enjoyed that one. Didn't know what to expect. Got some good laps in there, Timor gets best lap. Beats Mitch by 6/10 and myself by 6/10. So it's myself first, Minion second, Mitch third, Timor fourth, Kaiser fifth, Pine sixth, Headzblitzed seventh, Crashed eighth, Weighted Winner ninth, and Antonius in 10th. And so on to race 2, Cooper's Country Kitchen. Any Mini Cooper except the X-Trail, so we've got a couple of 65s in there, Minion and Timor. Kaiser going crazy with the Countryman, the rest of us in the John Cooper Works 2009. And we're on tarmac, so that's all good. I'm starting from the back of the grid, Mitch just in front. Minion's already got himself into first place. I've got through into 5th, 4th on that, as a lot of people messed that up. I've messed up that hairpin and let a couple of people back in. I'm going to be contending with Headzblitzed and Crash for a little bit. No, I've slipped my way through, Crash coming back at me. I'm up into 4th. Gone a bit slow in that corner, letting Headzblitzed slip back through on the inside. We come into a massive left-hander. We'll take a few knocks there. Managed to keep my position. It looks like Minion's pocket rocket's going to do him some favours today. He seems to be pulling away quite nicely on the open sections. I think turning is going to get him. I've got good grip in this one. Ooh, just clip the wall there. As we come down into a little straight. Looks like 2 big right-handers and another straight, so I need to make the time up here. I've got through on Kaiser, who's gone through some walls. Just keep that inside line so we can't slip back through, and that's me up into 4th and into a straight section of the track. We'll see who's got the speed now. I think Minion's going to be, he's already pulling away quite nicely, 1.5 seconds ahead of Timor. I'm not making much ground on Headzblitzed here. We come to a large row. Kaiser right behind me into the old lady's garden. Minion catches the inside of her house. It's not going to let anyone through. Just one to keep an eye out for. He's gone wide there, in through the wall, and that's going to let Timor in into first place. My fight in 3rd, 4th, Headzblitzed and Kaiser as we come across the line to finish the first lap. Still pretty close. He's in for a good race on this one. Let's check out Minion. You see the grip's not there, but Timor goes through the wall, lets him through. He's going to get the inside line here. Looks like Timor's just clipped that. No, he's alright. You can see us all going through. I'm still in 4th place. Am I going to get the hairpin right? No, not again. It's going to let Headzblitzed back. And it's nice and close as we start the bendy section at the beginning of the lap. Timor's gone wide. That's going to let Headzblitzed through. On the brakes on this one here, it's a really tight corner. That's going to let me up into 2nd, and we'll see what Minion's car looks like from behind. Very slidey. As soon as it's a fast corner, he's sliding. should bode well for me as far as grip goes. I think he's going to have the legs on the straights. Just need to try and keep him behind me on the corners. I went into the big right-hander. He's trying to see if he can see a space on the inside line. Not quite there. Not on that one either. But I think we're going to see the power of his pocket rocket. As we drive against some traffic, get through unscathed. And Minion's now just pulling away. I'm going to jump forward a lap. Minion pushes it too hard on that one there, lets me through. It's a nice first place for me. Looks like I've got a bit of space between myself and Crashed. Minion's back into third. Drive against traffic, avoid one, hit the other. Make a bitch. That's going to put Crashed a little bit closer than he was. And this is where we'll see Minion catch up with Crashed. Should make the front three nice and tight. This is where he's getting in now. So quick down to the right-hander into the old lady's garden. See if he can get a better line than he got on the first lap. He's got through. And into the big right-hander. Is anyone going to go silly wide into the wall? No. Crashed is going to throw around a dustbin. As we end lap 3. So myself first, Crash second, Minion third, Headzblitzed fourth, Time War fifth, Kaiser sixth, Mitch seventh, Wakeman at eighth, Schedule behind ninth, and Antonius back in 10th. As we see Minion clip the inside of that corner there, that's going to cost him. Cornering's already hard enough for him. It's going to give me and Crashed a big space. I finally get that hairpin a little better than I have the last 2 laps, but Crashed is right behind me. Just over a second. Let's see if I can just get away. Open road in front of me. Just need to concentrate. Take that one a little wide. Just going to let him back in. He's just there. The race is on. A lap and a half to go. Coming down to the quick section, to the 2 tight right-handers. Just about keep myself going. Inside line. Crashed is still right there. I'm going to go back against the fight against traffic and see if I can get through unscathed this lap. You got me last time, Mitch got me last time. I missed him, but a bit tight. Not as bad. It's going to let Crash through, I imagine. There he is. As we drag down to the old lady's house. Let's see who's got the most power. I think Crashed is just pulling away from me now. He's backed off really early on that corner. That's let me through. Up through the old deer's gun. Let's see if I can get through without smacking anything. Oh, turned too early there. Now I've clipped the inside. Done a Minion. Let Crash back through. Big right-hander. And I've pushed that a little bit too wide. That's going to let Crash get himself a small lead. As we cross the line into the last lap. So Crashed is a little bit further ahead of me. Minion's back in third. He's got Headzblitzed just behind. Oh, he's clipped the walls, and that's let the Headzblitzed through, and Kaiser through. He's back into 5th place as he comes into the last lap. A lot of work to do for Minion. He's going to have to push it pretty hard if he wants to get back onto the podium. You know he's got the pace. Those 2 JCWs have certainly got the grip on him. And they've all got that hairpin right. Kaiser takes a bit of the wall, doesn't lose too much speed. He just can't stick to the road. As me and Crash start to get into the quicker section of the track, 1.2 seconds behind, and we know he's got the straight, so it's all about if I can get just the faster exits on these corners, gain some ground. We've got quite a few big corners to go. Oh, Crash goes through the wall. That gives me enough opportunity just to slip past him. I'm going to get it nice and tight. No, I'm not going to get it nice and tight. Am I going to let him through? No, he's there, but he's not getting through. Get on the flag. Right behind me. We're going to get through. I'm going to get through okay. Crash gets a knock this lap. That keeps him in second, but it does put the pack right behind him. We can find Minion chasing down Kaiser on the straight. Is he going to have enough road to catch Kaiser? I think he will. Not sure if he's going to catch up with Headzblitzed. No, he's not going to get Headzblitzed, but he is going to go side by side with Kaiser coming into the old lady's house. Slips himself into 4th place. Not much race left. Headzblitzed makes a slight error in the building, lets Minion into 3rd place. See, Crash is just ahead of him. I don't think there's enough track left to get himself into 2nd. That was a good race. I enjoyed that one there. Me and Crash had a bit of a fight. Running against the traffic is always a bit of a dangerous game. I got caught twice. Crash got caught on the last lap. A Minion coming in with best lap, 1:44.2. That's what 1 second and a tenth quicker than me. But a good race. A couple of mistakes has cost some people some time and some positions there. So DJ first, Crash 2nd, Minion 3rd, Headzblitzed 4th, and Kaiser 5th as we saw. Mitch in 6th, Time or 7th, Pine 8th, Antonius 9th, and Weighted Winner 10th. Race 3, Monster Rally. Looks like Retro Rally A's. I've gone with the Lancia Delta with Ty. Mitch is obviously in his trusty Talbot Sunbeam. A few different choices tonight. Minion's dusted off his Mitsubishi Lancer. And I've got a good start in the Delta. Well, we're not going to miss Minion today with his flashy lights going on. It's just about outpowering Mitch's Talbot going into that big turn. There's a bit of a fight there between 2nd and 3rd. They're nice and close. Oh, see, kisses. Coming into a sweeping left. I think Minion had to back out a little bit there. But we're racing down the hill, down to a big right-hander. Mitch has gone very, very tight there. He didn't have the outside line. Minion's blocking his way, but it's going to make it difficult to get away in this one. But he's got the power to keep up with Minion on this bit. He's going to keep the inside line there and just brush him aside, put him into the wall. Give himself a bit of breathing space. Not a lot. Up the hill to the big left. Is that we've all got that right? I think Mitch went a bit tight, braked a little bit too much, and that's let Minion into 2nd. Over the jump. Into a right. Mitch is being very cautious, far too heavy on the brakes. He's let Timor back into the race. Let's see how Timor does. Timor's missed that checkpoint and just all the hard work, all undone. One corner. The race is on for top 3 though. Still nice and close. 2nd and a half between the 3 of us. Into the quarry. Dangerous game this. Around this section you don't want to be on the right because you're full. You don't want to be on the left because of the rocks. Overtaking is a gamble on this bit. I'm going to try and keep it closed. I don't. Minion pushes me aside. Gets punished for it as he should. I lose a bit of time. Minion loses a shed ton more than me though. And that lets Kaiser into 1st, Mitch up into 2nd. I'm down into 3rd place with Crash just behind me. So we're leaving the quarry. You see Crash on the right hand side there. Mitch overbrakes on that one as well. Lets me back up into 2nd, leaving me to chase Kaiser. Minion back in 5th after his wonderful airborne trick. He's got a bit of work to do. He has got a good car though. I think the power in the Lancer was as good as the rest of us. Just see how he does. No, we're going to jump past. We're going to see Mitch trying to take me on the outside of that one there. Does a really good move. Cuts me off on that one there. Gets himself into 2nd place, right behind Kaiser. What a great move. That's the top 3. Drag down over the jump into a left. I don't know why there's a start-finish line there. Kaiser takes a bad bounce, goes left, hits the side. That knocks him back into 5th. You see Minion breezing past Crash there. Puts himself back up into 3rd place. Chasing down me and Mitch. Mitch is getting away. And then his Talbot. Talbot for all races, as they say. To be fair, I use the Lancia Delta a lot. I pushed that wide, so does Mitch. We both made the same mistake, so that doesn't make a difference. It might let Minion back in. No, Minion's gone very wide on that one there. I think he might lose some time. We're going to jump forward a little bit. You can see Mitch still in the lead, me just behind him. Minion's lost a lot of time there. Go through it. Oh, that's going to be a nasty bounce. We've both gone wide there. Didn't get the landing right. See if that's going to give Minion some time to catch up with us. He gets through alright, and you can see he's whistled past both of us. And that's Minion up into first as we come back on track. Mitch in second. Or has he just missed that one? Looks like he just missed that one there. Me in second. Kaiser third. Crash fourth. Time off fifth. Mitch back into sixth. You can see he's back on track. He's lost a lot of time. I think he went with a rewind. Didn't work out for him. Minion's away in first. He's had a bit of chance to get himself some space. He's gone very wide on that one then. That's going to let me back in. And oops, hit the tree as well. That's not helped. That's me up into first. I think we lost a few people on that corner. Because nobody else has taken Minion. So I think, yep, Timor up into third. I think he got it right. Mitch is back into sixth place. Chasing down Kaiser. Kaiser just about gets that flag. Looks like we're dropping into a nasty little section of turns. Oh, going some wiggly lines there. Kaiser pushes that far too wide. Mitch is just about keeping himself on there. Why is Minion there? What's he doing? Let's have a quick look at what happened to Minion there as we come into this wiggly section. I've got through nice and quick. I think Minion missed that checkpoint. He's not sure either. He's going to boot it and see if the game will reset him. Oh, the game's punishing him. What's going on? And there it is. I think he gets his reset, but it's put him way back. That's Mitch in fourth, chasing down Crash over the bumpy section through the river. Both gone sideways on that one. Not so bad for Crash, but Mitch has definitely lost some time there. They jump forward to see the fight still going on. Up past the viaduct, Crash goes out wide. That's going to let Mitch through. Minion's chasing down Kaiser, 6th and 5th. Oh, Kaiser's taken a nasty little bounce there and thrown himself off that checkpoint. It's going to give him some breathing space as we draw the race to an end, come up over the big mountain. Timor's just ahead of me. See, it gets risky. We have no idea what's going to happen over this. Oh, some goes sideways. Into the drop. Oh, that's a big rock. That's first and second smacking into it. Let's see how third place does that. Third place is going to smack into it as well. Does me and Timor get away? Let's have a look. 5th place. Let's see if 4th and 5th smack the rock. No, it looks like Crash just got away with it, but Minion didn't. As we try and sprint down the hill, I've got a nasty bounce. Rolled my car. And that's going to cost me a few places. See, that's Crash flying through. That's me into third place. Mitch just behind. Mitch is going to bypass me, bypass Crashed. Up into second place. Timor's got himself a pretty big lead there. With 8% of the race to go, I've got a bit of work to do to get myself back into the podium places. Crash just ahead of me. Big hairpin. Crash doesn't quite get that right. That's going to let me sneak past him. Not much race left. Am I going to have enough to catch up with Mitch's Talbot? Takes out some wall, as do I. I think this is going to be how the race ends, barring any silly mistakes. As we head down to the train yard. Minion in 5th, chasing Crash. Wouldn't mind him taking him out. Give myself a little bit of space. Looks like it's going to get a bit wiggly here. We'll see if anyone misses anything. Minion just about gets that checkpoint. See, it's nice and close. This is the first hack. Obviously not Timor, who's away. But it looks like Minion's going to get the power on Crash there into a massive right-hand hairpin. Goes for the hand bit. Crash gives him a kiss and pushes him off. Puts himself a good half a second clear. Over a jump towards the very end. Just avoid those pipes. Me and Mitch get through as well. Timor, Mitch, and myself. And they fight across the line. Crash just about gets his nose in front, as you can see. But it looks like it's given Minion the 4th place and Crash the 5th. Just to rob Crash, and the favouritism as shown once again towards Minion. Good race though. Nice long race. Well done, Ty. Good win for you, sir. we're moving in to the next race, Pork and Wind. Any Porsche S1, I've gone with the 911 GT2, the 95. It was either that or the Porsche Cayman, which a few people have gone with. I wanted something a little bit different though. And off we go. Back on the road, lap race. So we'll have a look from the back of the pack. We've got Mitch back in 7th with Minion just ahead of him. He's lost a bit of time on there on Crashed. As we head into a straight, and we'll see who's got the speed. When we get to that corner, we'll see who's got the grip. Minion is Crazy Cayenne. Fends off the pack behind him in 5th place. Behind Kaiser and Antonius. Timor just ahead of them, and then myself just ahead of them as well. Oh, that Cayenne's quick, isn't it? Pushed Kaiser's to the side. He's up into 4th, gets a kiss from Kaiser. Antonius goes wide, that's going to let Minion through on the inside. A bit of a mess on that corner as he tries to slip through the inside of Crashed. He does. As we come to the next turn, we lose a few people there. Antonius goes off but managed to get back on. I think he got through that checkpoint, which keeps his 4th place just behind Minion. So we drag down to a big left. This was quite a big left, got to brake a little bit. The next left is a lot quicker. Oh, Mitch got it a little bit wrong. Keeps himself on the road, but just lost a little bit of time there. Over braking tonight, overly cautious. It's not like him. Big right hander, he looks to see if there was a space on the inside, there wasn't. Antonius tries to make a move around Minion, there's just absolutely no space on this road. Certainly getting past the Cayenne. Timor in 2nd, he's pushing it hard to try and keep up, he just goes wide on that checkpoint. That's going to let me pull a bit of distance between me and 2nd place. Mitch gets a move on Antonius. Oh, Antonius comes back, gives him a knock on the inside. That's pushed them both off the track. That's going to give Minion a bit of breathing space. Don't think it's going to be enough for Kaiser to get back in. Use somebody else there. That's 1 lap down. Nasty little touch there from Antonius on Mitch. That's pushed him very wide to let Antonius slip straight into 3rd place. Mitch back into 4th and Timor just behind him. Coming down the big straight into the lefts. Mitch has got that much better. He uses the wall that's been taken up by Antonius, but does need a little bit more to help him slow down. Timor slips around the outside. He's now in the chase for 3rd place. He goes for some fence renovation. Mitch bullies his way through into 4th place again. And as we drag ourselves down into a big right-hander, which Timor forgets, Mitch gets perfect. Gets through, back into 4th. Timor in 5th. With a bit of space, he's got Kaiser right behind him. The battle for 4th, 5th and 6th looks quite tasty. This is where Timor lost at last lap. Does a lot better, his grip works. Oh, he's gone wide on the 2nd bit of the chicane. That's going to cost him. There's Kaiser straight through into 5th. Big hairpin. Crashed again, just see his headlights, gives it a kiss. And that battle is nice and tight, and Mitch is trying to get away. In 4th place, none of them want to be part of the pack. Takes that corner better without the help of Antonius, but Timor has gained a bit of time on him. Power down to that big right-hander. So many people have got this wrong tonight. He's going to give Mitch a push, but I think they've both got that braking right there. We're fine on that one there. Looks like Kaiser's got through okay as well. Actually, Kaiser's trying to get through on the inside there. Ty just closes that door. Ty using the headlights so he knows where Kaiser's going to try and make a move. That's a good sprint down. Another big right-hander. Mitch just got late on the brakes there. And Ty's going to give him a kiss. Pushes him into the wall. Mitch gets away though. It makes that pack nice and tight. As you can see, Timor just there. Mitch gets a good line on that one there. I think Timor doesn't get that corner anywhere near as nice. That's given him a nice little 1 second lead as we go into 2 big left-handers. Mitch gets that right. Just about avoids the wall. I'm not sure he's going to have enough to catch Antonius unless Antonius makes any mistakes. He'll have to push it hard if he wants that podium place though. Gone a little wide, but he's alright, he's missed the fence. Another big right-hander, gets that right, takes out a bit of fencing, doesn't do himself too much damage. Timor is still right there. Still that second gap between them. We come up to the church bit, after the little chicane that goes up and then down. Can really catch you out. Mitch gets through there safely. Into the big right-hand hairpin before the finish line. It's so hard to get the line right on that one. And that's the end of lap 3. I've got myself a comfortable lead over Minion. Antonius is sitting pretty in 3rd. Mitch in 4th, Timor 5th. He's going quick through that. He's pushed that far too wide. Oh, what's going to cost him? Ty's going to slip through easily into 4th place there. Not sure where Kaiser was, whether he's going to catch up with Mitch as well. He is right behind and crashed it. Kaiser's taken Mitch. You see him just pulling away there, and Mitch put himself back into 6th, crashed just behind him. Big right-hander, Mitch sliding. Oh, he's gone around one tree. It's like he's getting through. Oh my god, he's not. Well, he's gone through the trees and he's at the inside of that corner. Has let crash straight back through. Nasty little bit of the track there for Mitch. Let's put himself back into 7th. So the battle at the moment. Mitch goes quick into that one there. Pushes crashed a little bit, gained some time, but couldn't get the position. Gonna get the inside line here. Oh, he hits the inside wall. That blocks off crash. It wasn't intentional. Mitch tried to do what he did last lap. He just got it a little bit wrong. Lost they got between 0.3 of a second between 6th and 7th. Mitch is making time on Kaiser. Whether there was any instance ahead, Kaiser's having a fight or chasing Timor. Looks like he's missed that. Oh, he went far too tight on that, I think the fencing didn't help. That's going to cost him quite big. As we watch Timor chase down Antonius. Antonius gets that one right, Timor gets it slightly better. It's going to get him a bit more speed as we come down the little straight. Tough to overtake here, not much room, walls either side. Up to the church chicane. Bit of smoke from Antonius there. As we come towards the end of the race, this is the last corner for these two. Timor gets that a little bit better. Antonius pushes himself far too wide. That moves Timor up into 3rd place. Antonius is back on the track. He's going to keep 4th. Antonius is back on the track in 4th place and across the line. Good win for me. Good lap time for me as well. Minion 2nd. Timor was 3rd, obviously, we saw that. Antonius 4th. Kaiser in 5th. Crashed in 6th. Which fell back into 7th place. He had a bit of a nightmare last lap. Headzblitzed in 8th. Weighted winner in 9th. Scheduled Pine in 10th. Into the next race. Reckless Rail Yard Rally. Well, I think the clue is in the name. Bunch of cars didn't want to use the Lancia Delta, so I went with something different. Went with the Ford Escort 77. A few other people have changed up their cars from the first race. Rail yard races, always a barrel of laughs. It always makes for fun racing. I'm starting from the back of the grid. You see Mitch there, you see the front of the pack. He's flown through that, everyone else has braked, he's not. He's had a good position. Minion's gone wide, but he's going to sneak himself back. He's just behind myself. But we lost Pine there on that corner in his Mini 65. As we go down to big left as we go into the rail yard, Antonius slips through the inside there. I left way too much of a gap. He had a bit more speed than me. This is going to be risky. I think a few people are going to flip their car. Mitch has gone 2 wheels and up onto his roof. Antonius is airborne and into the back of a carriage. Kaiser's on 2 wheels and I think he hit a carriage as well. Weighted winner gets a bit of a wobble and blocks off Minion. That seems to have settled down. Nasty little bit of the track. I think everyone's going to remember that. Minion slips through into 3rd place. Mitch in 6th, fighting the Mini of Antonius. Gets a better line there. It's going to slip through on the inside. close cost you. He's gone. He's going to get around weighted and he's through. In second place myself. Looks like, no, Headzblitzed didn't miss that one. I get a push from Minion. So we get, oh, Antonius, Mitch, weighted winner. Looks like they've all missed a time or they've all missed that corner. That's going to give first, second, third a bit of a breather. Minion to get up into second place. Gets a nasty little jump there in that hairpin that pushes him way wide. It catches a few people out, but looks like Headzblitzed, obviously as he made it, you remember that corner. Mitch gets the bounce as well. Antonius goes extremely wide. They're both going around the carriage. See Minion just getting back on track in 5th place, fighting with Mitch and weighted winner. They're going to take the jump route. Oh, he got a nasty landing and it's the pipe work. Mitch is fighting for 4th place with weighted. Mitch went through this bit really quick last lap. And again, it's like he's going to go wide though. Just keeps it on the track. Headzblitzed gets taken out on the crossover. That's going to give me an easy first. Oh no, he's back in it. And they managed to shove him aside as we go back into the rail yards. Make sure no one clips on the inside. Get nice and steady. It's a big left-hander. Headzblitzed is 2/10 there, you can see. Headzblitzed moves through on the inside, pushes me aside, gets his first place back. Come down for big first big left. Don't get that right at all. Headzblitzed gets a bad bit of grip there and just throws himself off that checkpoint. That's going to cost him. You see Minion breezing through. No, he didn't quite get it right. Just a bit too much speed. He does manage to get up into 6th place, chasing down Antonius. Gets a nice turn there. I'm away in first. Kaiser behind me. Get a nasty bump there. That's thrown me off that checkpoint. Kaiser's gone through into 1st place. Headzblitzed isn't too far behind. I'm not going to take the jump. I'm going to go around. A little bit safer. Minion again jumps on that hairpin. Very costly. You need to break in a little bit early on that one there. See if I've learned for the next lap. As Mitch crosses the line, 2 laps in. He's in 4th place. Minion behind with a bit of a gap. Just about keeps it on there. Come down through the crossover. He's very wild. Bit of fencing. But it looks like he's going to be alright. He's going to be safe in the crossover. Back through the rail yard for me. I've smacked the carriage. Kaiser smacked me. Still managed to slip through as he should. See how Mitch gets on going through there. In 4th place. He's much quicker than myself and Kaiser. And Minion in 5th. He seems to be getting through okay as well. So that's going to get him a little bit of time back on us. We go back to the fight for 1st. See if we can get. I've gone far too wide. Oh, I let Headzblitzed straight back in. Not a good turn there from me. So quick glimpse of Minion chasing down Mitch. Mitch goes into the rail yard. He manages to keep it on the track. Gets through the checkpoint. Minion's still there right behind him. Oh, Minion and Pine. I think that's just put Minion off there. That little bit of elevation just meant he didn't get on the ground. He's still in 5th place. My chase for Kaiser is on. I'm going to try and get the inside line on these corners. He has gone wide. That should be enough to let me through as we come down into the crossover. Going to be safe. Have a quick glance at the map. There's no one there. Although 1, 2, 3 is really close. 1.5 seconds between us. I make sure that inside line is covered so that Kaiser can't get through. I'm going to go through the dangerous part of the track. See if anyone flips their car. I get through okay. Much quicker than the last couple of laps there. A little gap appearing for 1st and 2nd. Hopefully Kaiser and Headzblitzed will have a little fight. In fact they have. Headzblitzed is up into 2nd. Don't have any of their feeds unfortunately, so I can't show you what's going on. I've got this corner a little wrong. No, I've got it wrong. It's very slow. It's going to let them straight back. All that work. See if anyone shows their head. No. Right, see if I remember to brake a little bit on this one. I do brake early. Don't get as bad a jump. Get a nice line. And that should hopefully help me get ahead. No, those two did well as well. And they've kept themselves in second and third just behind as we cross the line. 2 laps to go. It's the quick right and the sweeping right. Right, pretty late on that one. That's going to be alright there. Headzblitzed is still there. Kaiser's still there. Down to the crossover, I'm going to be okay. There's no one there for me to worry about. I'm not sure. Yeah, the other guys are going to be fine as well. First, second, and third are going to get through that alright. Nice close racing. Please don't flip your car, DJ. Oof, got close, got close. Nice and quick through there. I've gone very wide there. That's going to let them back in. Through the train tracks. Weighted winner's got... Oh, he's had a loop. He's got caught on a loop. Nasty. Oh, Headzblitzed gives me a touch as he comes flying through there. He carried so much more speed through there than me. See if I can get him on the inside here. Nose to nose, coming down to the big hairpin. I don't break this time. Oh, no, I didn't break that time. It's going to let Headzblitzed back through. Kaiser right on the 6. As first, second, third, there's a little bit of swap around. Going to the final lap. It's a risky move on the outside of there just because of that train carriage. Into the quick right. Sweeping right. Oh, I've gone wide. Headzblitzed has got the inside line. Down the hill to the crossover. There is one coming through now, we're going to be fine. No, we're safe. Am I going to be able to take him on the outside? I brake early to try and get the inside of the line. I do get that right. Headzblitzed puts power on too early. As we go side by side through probably the most treacherous part of the track. Oh, this is tight. We're both braking. I'm backing off on that. This is getting too risky. Headzblitzed has gone extremely wide there, but keeps his car on the track. Keeps his first place. As we come across the railway lines. Both get a good line through that. Just need to get into the rail yard hut. Oh, no, pushed it. Ah, missed the checkpoint. That's let Kaiser straight back in. Am I going to lose another place? No, we're safe from 4th, but costly error going into that. Just carried too much speed into it. Didn't get the line right at all. Now I'm going to push it too hard, I imagine. Get a nice line on that one there. It's going to be too late to do anything there. Headzblitzed has crossed the line. Kaiser in second place. Myself in third. And let's see how the rest of the pack did. Kaiser did manage to get the top spot of Headzblitzed. They finished the race extremely close. Like 1/10 of a second between them. Then it was myself, Mitch, Minion, Antonius. Time more crashed against Schedule Pine, then weighted winner. And the leaderboard for tonight. I get the win. Minion second place, Time More in third, Mitch in 4th, Kaiser in 5th, Headzblitzed 6th, crashed against 7th, Antonius 8th, Schedule Pine 9th, and weighted winner. Good racing from everyone tonight, a lot of fun to be had. If you'd like to join the OCMS crew, by all means look us up on Facebook. You can find the links in the description of this video. And good night from me.